of about 1% odd. In the broader end of spectrum, let's pull up the BSE 500 and see what are the counters that are doing well in trade today. There you go. There is restaurant brands, which is up 6%, surprisingly. Asahi India up 3%, Hitachi Energy up 2%, Indigo Paints also doing fairly well, up 2%. Something that's not doing well though and languishing in trade, Cyient, KPIT Tech. So IT stocks basically are seeing some kind of downtake. It's like every day IT sector decides to either go up or go down, and playing yo-yo every other day. There's LTI Mindtree, there's BOI, there's Oracle FinServe, Vedanta, Canfin, which is under pressure. Let's also pull up the sectors, in fact, and see how sectors are faring in trade today. Well, it's only the Nifty Auto that is largely in green, up by about 0.3 odd%. Nifty FMCG slightly, in that green, up by about 0.08%. But PSU banks under pressure, down by about 1.7 odd%. Nifty IT down by about 1.5 odd%. Nifty Metals, Nifty Oil and Gas, Nifty Media all down by about 0.5 odd%. But with that, let's also welcome in our guest for the day, Kush Bora, founder of kushbora.com, and Mahesh Oja, AVP Research and Business Development at Hensex Securities, joining us now. Kush, before I go on to the queries, your quick take on Nifty IT as a whole, and IT stocks pack as a whole.
Hi, first up, a very good morning to everyone. I think, as you rightly pointed out, it's a yo-yo kind of a move, it's a seesaw kind of a move, one day up, the other day down. But nevertheless, if you see in the last, 2.5 months, IT has made a good recovery, and somehow it's being seen as a bit of a defensive play where the rest of the markets haven't really contributed as much. The interest rate sensitives were up, but they've also started to give way. So I think some kind of a defensive play is on in IT names. Despite that, the large caps haven't really gained momentum. So I'll be a little watchful on the large caps, the Infosys and HCL, Dixon, Wipros of the world. If you have, you could continue holding them with trailing stop losses. But the more interesting plays happening in the mid-cap space, where Persistent, Coforge, Emphasis, some of these names are actually gaining quite a bit of momentum. So yes, we remain constructive on the mid-cap names, but the large-cap ones, you might just want to hold it if you have a position. If not, this is not the right time to enter in the large-cap names in IT.
Avoid large cap names, IT names is the view coming in from Kush, where Nifty IT is concerned. All right, our first question for the day. In fact, for viewers who are tuning in, you can either call us or WhatsApp us on the numbers that are flashing on your screen right now. We'll go ahead with the first query then. Afreen from Hyderabad is writing in and wants to know if this is a good time to make an entry in Polycab and wants a long-term perspective on this counter. Mahesh, a very good morning to you. I'll come to you on this one. Polycab, what are the views like?
Good morning. I think they can, if anyone want to enter, they can start with a staggered way on these level. Yes, definitely they can start some accumulation. But yes, I think some lower can become, that could be nearby 5,500, 5,600. So you can start accumulation on these level. We are expecting at least 7,200 plus level in this 6 to 9 month horizon.
So that's with regards to where Polycab stands. Buy in staggered manner is the view coming in from Mahesh. All right, our first caller for the day then. Suhas is calling in from Bengaluru. Suhas, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm having Medicure stock at the rate of 2448. Okay. Quantity is 30. Okay. I'm averaging it down, but it's still going down only. Any view in that for a year and more than 2 years?
2 years. Okay, Suhas. Any particular reason as to why you bought this stock? Did you see the fundamentals of the company?
No, ma'am. It's growing at around 20% every year. So okay. I thought it's a good buy.
Okay, got your point, Suhas. I'll take this up with Mahesh again. Then Mahesh, Medicure. What he's saying is he's averaging it down, but the stock is still not going up. What's the view like? He's sitting on a loss of 11,000 rupees right now.
See, the fundamentals of our company are good, but currently is in the consolidation phase. So I think some more consolidation could become 1,950, 1,960 odd level. If any downside level come, then you can average further. I think after some consolidation, we can see 2,500, 2,600 odd level. But currently consolidation zone, so you need to wait some more time. That could be nearby 3 to 6 months horizon.
Okay, so that's with regards to where Medicure stands. Our next question is from Sanjeev Singh, who's bought Tata Motors at an average price of 875 and wants to know if you can hold, sell or purchase more at the current levels. Kush, I'll come to you on this one. What are the charts now saying about Tata Motors?
In for a longish consolidation phase, it seems like 600 has been a decade-long support zone for Tata Motors. It's respected this or that one also. in this downfall, briefly went below it, but has regained. So if his view is anywhere from 12 to 18 months, I would suggest you could continue to hold. In fact, even look to add some more. Not a fan of averaging on the downside, but yeah, I mean when the stock is consolidating, it's not a bad idea to maybe get in some more. And the risk reward ratio on Tata Motors at the current price is fairly favorable. So yes, you could consider adding some more close to these levels, or maybe slightly lower, 650 thereabouts. But for a 12 to 18 month kind of a time horizon, with a strict stop loss near the 580, 585 mark, would continue to hold Tata.
Okay, buy from an longish term perspective, that is 12 to 18 months is the view coming in from Kush, where charts are concerned. Our next caller, Ravi, is calling in from Hyderabad. Ravi, a very good morning to you. I believe you have a question on Canara Bank.
Yes, very good morning. Yeah, I'm holding 477 shares, bought at 115.6.
Okay.
So despite of a good quarterly result, this stock is falling. May I know the reason? I mean,
got it. And okay, Ravi, you bought this from a longer term perspective, or did you see the charts and buy this counter?
Yeah, longer term perspective. I can hold for 1 year. Just want to know why this stock is not doing well.
Okay.
I mean, post quarterly results.
Understood.
And also, is it a good time to average in more stock? Stock.
Okay, I understood your point, Ravi. I'll take this up with Mahesh. Mahesh, what he's asking is that despite of Q4 numbers that panned out for Canara Bank, the stock is not gone up. He's sitting on a loss of around 4,000 rupees right now. Should he average out, add more to his bank for the next 1 odd year, or should he exit?
You see, the first question of him, why stock is down. So from that perspective, I like to address him. That if you see before the result, the stock has started a slow and steady performance from lower level. After that, the stock we have seen up to 1,118, 120 zone. From that level, we have seen profit booking, and also we have shared on the NDTV Profit channel that these are the profit booking zone. So currently stock is in consolidation zone in lower level 98 to 102. That could be ideally consolidation zone, and you can average more on that level. Yes, I'm optimistic for some more upside from a 1 year horizon. But yes, profit booking is a parcel of the stock market, so we are facing some profit booking. But yes, in lower level you can further add for a longer term horizon. 128 to 140 level could become, and also one IPO subsidiary IPO is planning for the Canara Bank. So I think some more potential is there, but yes, we need to pass some more time.
Okay, so that's with regards to where Canara Bank stands. Our next question is from Dindima Shankar, who's writing in from Mysore. She's saying she's a mom and she's investing, and she's bought 268 odd shares of Avanti Feeds at 834 a piece. Currently, she's sitting on a loss of 21,000 odd rupees and wants to know if she can hold or sell and book losses. Kush, I'll come to you on this one. In fact, this is one of those shrimp exporter companies that might be impacted because of the entire Iran-Israel conflict. Do you think the charts are attractive enough to stay invested right now? And is there a possibility that she could recover her loss, or should she book losses?
I would suggest a hold on Avanti Feeds. A couple of reasons there. From a technical standpoint, there is a good support zone near the 710 mark, which is a 200-day moving average. Also, for now, if you see, the stock has respected the 740 level, where it's rebounded from multiple times. In fact, 4 times in the last 9 odd sessions. So I think the stock is trying to find its feet. Also, what is healthy is that on the way down, the volumes haven't really spiked up as much, which means the selling is not really on very firm grounds. So maybe some weak hands exiting the stock. You should very well continue to hold. A positional stop on this one is at 710, slightly deepish, but we're factoring for volatility. Once the issues are resolved and this profit booking round is over, I think the stock could well move higher. You are looking at levels of 790, and once that is taken out, 830 as well on Avanti Feeds. So yes, I would suggest a hold on Avanti Feeds.
Hold is the view coming in from Avanti Feeds where charts are concerned. Our next caller, Shiv Kumar, is calling in from Bengaluru. A very good morning to you, Shiv Kumar. How can we help you?
Good morning, Varsha.
Go ahead with your question.
I have bought 10 shares of Bajaj Finance at the rate of 934 rupees.
Okay.
2 days back.
Okay.
I would like to know the fundamental view on this post bonus and post split for a time horizon of 2 to 3 years.
Okay, got your question, Shiv Kumar. I'll take this up with Mahesh. Mahesh, what he's asking is that since the stock has gone through both bonus as well as split, and he's bought this 2 days ago, he's got 10 shares in his portfolio. Should he continue to hold from a longer term perspective and, of course, from a fundamental perspective, or should he exit the counter?
See, the fundamental process have been going through the limited upside potential is there. So, if any upside nearby 970, 980 or 1000 level, we may see some profit booking type of event. So, if you're investing of these type of company, try to enter in lower level that could be near 850, 880 range. So that could be ideally range there where you can make some money at least from there. But on current juncture, we are not looking some more upside on this stock. So if any upside, you can exit from the same. But yes, in lower level 850, 880 range, that could be a buy range.
So that's with regards to where Bajaj Finance stands. Our next question is from Arvind, who's holding Afcons Infra at 488 a piece and wants to know if this is a good hold. He's writing in from Hyderabad. Kush, not sure if you have enough data now on the charts for Afcons Infra?
Yeah, no, I'd like to pass this.
Okay then, Mahesh, I'll take this up with you. Afcons Infra, what's the view like?
I think he can hold further. If anyone want to buy on these levels, they can buy companies fundamentally good, and recently they have got some more order. And I think stock has a potential of a 480, 500 zone at least. Recently we have seen lower level 420. After that we have seen up to 450, 60 zone. So that is some kind of consolidation. And yes, fundamentally stock is very good. I think a 500 level could become easily, so he can hold further.
Okay, so that's with regards to where Afcons Infra stands, and hold further is the view coming in from Mahesh. Our next caller then, Venkat, is calling in from Bengaluru. Venkat, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Good morning, ma'am. As EMS theme is booming now,
right.
So I just want to take one stock among either Dixon Technologies or Syrma SGS.
Okay.
Because Syrma is a little bit like a small cap.
Right.
I see more potential, so just confused between these two stocks.
Okay, got your question, Venkat. I'll take this up with Mahesh. Mahesh, both of these EMS companies have done pretty well in FY25. What's the view like? Should he choose? And he has 2 lakhs to invest in, by the way. Would you suggest to invest that amount in one particular stock out of Dixon and Syrma, or can he distribute that amount in both of these counters?
I think some parcel distribution could be a good 60,000 you can distribute in Dixon, rest you can invest in Syrma SGS. But for Syrma, if any lower level, that could be a 480 to 500 zone. If any kind of correction you are facing on that level, that could be a good buying range. From longer term perspective, yes, I am definitely bullish on Syrma SGS. We can see 650 plus odd level from Dixon, all the parameters are very good. So I think Dixon also has a good potential for upside. But yes, I think Syrma is a good pick from in comparison of both horizon from current view. But parcel distribution is a good idea.
Okay. All right. So that's it with regards to where Syrma SGS stands. Our next caller then, Harsh, is calling in from Bhopal. Harsh, a very good morning to you. I believe you have a question on HDFC Bank.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead with the query, Harsh.
Hi, I'm Harsh.
Okay. Okay.
From last 1 year.
Sorry?
I'm holding HDFC Bank at the price of 1664.
Okay.
5,000 quantities from last 1 year.
Okay.
I want to know that since the uncertainty is going on, should I sell the HDFC Bank or should I stay invested for more profit?
Okay. Harsh, I am seeing that you're sitting on a profits of almost 14 lakh rupees right now. What was the thinking behind buying HDFC at that price?
From a long time, this stock, I was tracking down this stock and I saw that it was consolidating from a long time before the merger.
Right.
And after the merger, I started consolidating it. I started acquiring it little, 1,000 quantities and 500 quantities.
Okay.
And the average price went to 1664.
Okay.
So I want to know that should I exit this or should I stay invested for more profit?
Okay, understood your point, Harsh, and that's the right way, in fact, to invest in a in a big counter like HDFC Bank. I'll take this up with Mahesh Oja. Mahesh, what's the view like for HDFC Bank, because he's sitting on profits of 14 lakh rupees? Do you think he should book partial profits, or should he continue to hold from a longer term perspective?
See, currently we are facing some compliance issues in HDFC Bank, but that doesn't impact their balance sheet. Firstly, I like to address that point of that. From that perspective, some party has done a FIR against the HDFC CEO, but they're not much more impact on their financial balance sheet or also, HDFC Financial IPO is in pipeline. That could be a beneficial for HDFC Bank. So I think a stock has a much more potential if your horizon is more than 1 year or a more than 6 to 9 month horizon. The stock could do well 2050, 2100 odd level. But since your buying price is near 1664 and currently we are the stock is trading at 1944, so partial profit booking is ideally a good idea. Stock market is we are doing in the trading in the stock market. The uncertainties are there, so any uncertainty we can see some more downside in any stock. So I think a partial profit booking is a good idea, but yes, if your horizon is a longer term, a bank like HDFC you can hold further if your horizon is more than 12 months.
If your horizon is more than 12 months, continue to hold HDFC Bank, is the view coming from Mahesh Oja. Alright, moving from one bank to another, IDFC First Bank is the counter that Rajesh Patel wants to know about. He's holding 500 odd shares at 70.5 a piece and wants a view from a 3 to 6 months perspective. Kush, I'll come to you on this one. What are the charts indicating for IDFC First?
So IDFC First has broken out of a falling channel that started, somewhere in the late of September of 2023. So this is like a long-term channel breakout that IDFC First is witnessing. This kind of momentum usually tends to last, so I would give it a hold for now. Medium-term support for this one comes close to the 65 mark, so I would suggest a hold IDFC, and the stop loss for this one will be 65. As long as this momentum continues, I think you're looking at 77 and then about an 83 on the upside. So those should be your targets, but a hold on IDFC First.
Hold on IDFC First is the view coming in where charts are concerned for the next 3 to 6 odd months. Alright, our next question, in fact, let's take the next caller. Mahalakshmi is calling in from Visakhapatnam. Mahalakshmi, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hi, good morning. This is I have a query regarding Bharat Forge. I have 110 shares at 1210.
Okay.
So I just want to know whether to hold it or, or to accumulate more at this time, like hold or sell.
Okay, and what was the idea behind buying Bharat Forge, Mahalakshmi, if I may ask?
I entered into the stock like 4 months before. It fell from 1800 to 1200 and it's a combination of defense, aviation and everything.
Correct.
So I thought, okay, it's a good bet at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, it moved a little bit up, but I just want to know whether it will sustain this move or do I need to change?
Okay, got your question, Mahalakshmi. I'll take this up with Kush again. Kush, do you think the kind of momentum that we've been seeing in the stock in the past few odd days will continue, or do you think she should book her profits?
No, I think the advice or suggestion for Mahalakshmi would be to continue holding on to this one. I think she, her average price or her buy price of 1210 is a fairly decent one. It is also below the support zone of 1230-35 that the stock has seen over the last, couple of weeks. Right now, what the stock is seeing is a bit of a profit booking round. Again, on a healthy note, the down days have not really seen, as big a deliveries, as big a volume spike, which means the stronger hands are still holding on to this one. What I would suggest, as I usually do, is a trailing stop loss. So you should put a trailing stop loss to this position. If you're being conservative, then 1235, the support zone that I just mentioned, should act as your trailing stop loss, which is still above your buying price. So if the stock drops to that price, you still exit in a profit. But on the way up, the stock has all the potential to hit 1330 once that is taken out, 1390 as well. So yes, good momentum, just seeing profit booking for now, but a hold on Bharat Forge.
Hold on Bharat Forge is the view coming in where charts are concerned. Our next question is from Reshma Bhatia, who's writing in from Pune. She wants a fundamental advice on Vedanta. The share is down today, but this is 20% of her overall portfolio is what she's saying, and she's saying that a considerable downward moment makes her jittery. So Mahesh, I'll come to you on this one. 20% of her portfolio is Vedanta right now. What should she do? Should she continue to hold? She's not given us the buying price or the quantity yet, but what would you suggest?
I think these kind of level and this kind of stock can be held for longer term. But yes, if you are trying to entry on these level, then at least wait for some more time. I think some more time correction, time consolidation could be coming in Vedanta, and try to catch in lower level. That could be ideally 410 to 400 level. In range between from longer term perspective, if anyone want to buy on lower level, that could be ideally good buying range from current view. From longer term perspective, I think yes, they can hold further 480, 510 zone could be come from a 1 year horizon. But shorter term, we are facing some consolidation type of zone. We are facing some uncertainty in global also. So we are some kind of consolidation could be come in stock also.
Okay, so that's the view with regards to where Vedanta stands. But viewers, it's time to step into a very short break, but we'll be right back answering all your queries on the other side. So do stay tuned.
That's huge. That is a biggie. It's out of there.
गोल्ड ग्लास क्लियर ग्लास, कार हो या नियर, सब कुछ दिखे क्लियर।
Source is an ED seeking explanation on Yuvraj Singh, Harbhajan Singh on why they are endorsing such platforms which are banned by Government of India, and the mule account and Benami transaction, the kind of promotional payout being given to some of the media houses, the ad rates are between 50 crore to 100 crore.
What happens in reality is that under the garb of skill-based game, they end up promoting gambling only.
27,000 crore is what the tax evasion, the top popular betting apps are actually evading. Between January and March alone, they have seen 1.6 billion of traction.
Imports become the exception rather than the norm, and increasingly we do almost last year, for example, of the contracts that we signed of record 2,09,000 crores, 81% was awarded to the domestic industry. Our intent is to manufacture in India, preferably with design also in India.
I am so elated to be on the same screen as the Defense Secretary, and I get a chance to talk about what he said.
In certain areas, like for example, artillery guns and armored vehicles, or in some categories of missiles like the BrahMos and the Akash, we've come of age.
What Defense Secretary Sir said is 100% true, and today private industry can really increase their involvement.
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit, a show that gets all your stock related queries answered. For viewers who are just tuning in, you can either call us on the numbers that are flashing on your screen, or even WhatsApp us on the numbers that's flashing on your screen right down there. Alright, our next caller for the day then, Murlidhar, is calling in from Hyderabad. Murlidhar, a very good morning to you. I believe you have a question on BEL.
Yeah, my question on BEL is I have about 500 shares at an average of 166.
Okay.
So it's a long-term perspective. So should I continue to hold on for another year?
Okay. Muralidhar, first of all, congratulations because you've entered the counter at very attractive levels and sitting on profits of over a lakh rupees. So, kudos to that. I'll take this up with Mahesh. Mahesh, for the next 1 year, do you think Muralidhar should continue to hold BEL in his portfolio?
I think stock is a limited upside from a current horizon. So at least he need to book. He should book partial profit of booking on these level and try to re-enter in lower level. That could be 360, 370 range ideally. So on current level, current prospect, I think sell here and try to re-enter on lower level because I think limited upside from these level 440, 430 level could be ideally upside from a 6 to 9 month horizon. So limited upside. So I think some consolidation could become.
So that's the view with regards to where BEL stands. Our next question is from Shiva, who's writing in from Hyderabad. He's holding Waaree Energies, bought at 1600 a piece and bought 30 odd shares. Wants to know if he can book partial profits or hold. Is the question that he has. Kush, enough data on the charts for Waaree Energies?
Fairly limited, I would say, but from a near-term perspective, it looks like it's in a consolidation band. So I think about 2500, 2500 or thereabouts is a good trailing stop loss for Waaree Energies. I wouldn't look to add more because the momentum indicators for whatever limited time frame the stock is around, they've gone sideways for now. And we've seen the stock retrace from 3,000, 3,700, 3,100 odd levels multiple times. So maybe some supply pressure on the high side seems to be emerging from a near-term perspective. So hold with the 2500, 2550 as your trailing stop loss.
All right, so that's with regards to where Waaree Energy stands. Our next question, in fact, our next caller, Ram is calling in from Guntur. Ram, a very good morning to you. I believe you have a question on Suzlon Energy.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I bought 4,000 shares at the rate of 64 rupees from Suzlon Energy. It is corrected from 70 to 64.
Right.
It is short term for 3 months. Can please advise me?
Okay. Got your question, Ram. I'll take this up with Kush. Kush, what are the charts indicating for Suzlon Energy? Because he's come back to his buying levels almost. Do you suggest that he should continue to hold for the next 6 odd months?
Yes, I would suggest a hold on Suzlon. I mean, it's a good thing that his buying price is where the stock is currently, because some investors or traders might have ended up buying this at a slightly higher 68-70 mark where the stock saw that spurt come in. Now the stock is near the 200-day moving average, which is 63. It's taking support there. As I said, we've seen this on a multiple number of stocks already, that we've discussed, that on the way down the volumes are thinning. So this is suggesting that it's not really a big selling pressure that is left from here on. Anyway, the stock has a good support near the 60 zone. So you should continue holding on to Suzlon with a stop loss at the 60 mark. On the way up, you are looking at targets of 69. Once that is taken out, even a 74, the recent swing high is very much in play from a 6 month perspective. So Suzlon is the hold with a stop loss at the 60 mark.
So that's the with regards to where Suzlon Energy stands. Our next caller, Harish, is calling in from Vijayawada. Harish, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hi, very good morning. So I want to ask about Alpro Steel Castings stock. So I'm holding 500 shares at a price of 160. So I just want to ask if it crosses 200 levels in the coming quarters, if I hold for another 6 to 9 months.
Okay, got your question, Harish. I'll take this up with Kush again. Kush, the current market price for this counter is 125 rupees and he wants to know if in the next 9 months will it touch that 200 mark or not. What's the view?
Well, the shape up on this one is positive. Now, the reason for that is the 90 mark has acted as a good base and you're seeing a good rebound. And in the last week or so, the stock seen a very good volume build-up and a price action as well. So from 110 all the way up until 130, I beg your pardon. But I think the 200 mark seems to be slightly stretched. Nonetheless, since the base formation is in place and the momentum is higher, I would suggest a hold on this stock with a trailing stop loss near the 110 mark, which will now act as a support zone. As the stock keeps moving higher, you should consider trailing your profits. If the momentum does turn into a big one, who knows, 200 or maybe closer to that level, could be your target. But I would rather play the momentum and keep trailing my stop loss. So a hold on Electro Steel Cast with castings with a stop loss at the 110 mark.
Okay, so that's with regards to where Electrocast stands. Our next question is from Dwarkanath, who's writing in from Bengaluru. He wants an advice on Jyoti CNC. He's got some 5 odd shares at 1386 a piece, and he bought this 10 weeks ago. And he's saying it's looking like a dead duck now. He's a short-term investor and wants to know as to whether he should hold or exit the counter. Kush, again I'll come to you. Jyoti CNC, what are the charts indicating?
I like that metaphor, that comparison with a dead duck. What I would suggest is a hold on this one. I know he's in a loss on this one, but the stock's gone into a bit of oversold territories on some of the technical parameters, attempting to find its feet. Rather than waiting for his buy price, close to the 1300 mark, you should actually look at exiting close to 1180 and about 1250 odd levels. Of course, though not in profit, his loss will be considerably lesser than what it is right now. Stop loss for this one is at 1050. So hold and exit at the bounce. Though, as I said, you might not see a buying price anytime soon, but exiting at the bounce will at least reduce the losses that you hold.
Okay, so that's with regards to where Jyoti CNC stands. Our next question is from Ramesh, who's writing in from Coimbatore. He's got 1,000 odd shares of Tanla Platforms, bought at 785 a piece. So he's sitting on a significant loss of 1.3 lakh rupees and wants to know as to whether he can hold from a longer term perspective or exit. Mahesh, I'll come to you on this one. Tanla recently also announced its buyback. And it's one of those IT companies that keeps, announcing buybacks to reward its shareholders. But that is not something that Ramesh is seeing for sure, because he is sitting on a loss of 1.3 lakh rupees. What would you suggest? Should he continue to hold from a longer term perspective or exit the counter?
No, definitely he can hold further. Stock has a low P, stock is trading in low P. I think stock has a valuation can be touched 1,000 level. Fundamentally, stock has a potential up to 1,000. So they can hold, and if you're looking on a buyback, that is ideally it's 875. So buyback is also indicating for some value in it, and I think stock has a potential of 1,000 plus level. So they can hold further.
He can hold further. Tanla Platforms this is the view coming in from Mahesh Oja. Our next caller, Balasubramanian, is calling in from Bengaluru. A very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Good morning, madam. I am Balasubramanian from Bengaluru. I have Bandhan Bank 200 numbers. Okay. I bought it the average cost of 235.
Okay.
Now I incurred around 11,000 loss. Shall I hold it or shall I book a loss?
Okay, and you bought this from a fundamental perspective, I suppose?
Yes, madam.
Okay, got your question, Balasubramanian. I'll take this up with Mahesh. Mahesh, Bandhan Bank is the counter. What's the view like?
I think you should try to exit on a higher level. That could be a 205, 210 zone where we are facing some resistance for the stock. So exit on a higher level could be a good idea for Bandhan Bank.
That's the view with regards to where Bandhan Bank stands. Our next question is from Hariharan, who's writing in from Bengaluru. He wants an outlook on Muthoot Micro Finance. He's holding 51 odd shares at 291 a piece, I believe. I don't think that's the IPO price that he's talking about, but he's sitting on a loss of 8,000 odd rupees right now. Mahesh, should he continue to hold Muthoot Micro Finance or should he exit?
Yes, he can. His buying price is very high. I think his stock has a potential up to at least 180, 190 zone. So from these levels, they can buy. And after that level, we can review further. From current perspective, 180 to 190 range could become for Muthoot Microfinance.
So that's with regards to where Muthoot Microfinance stands. Our next caller, Kiran, is calling in from Hyderabad. Kiran, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Good morning, ma'am. So my query is regarding Siemens.
Okay.
So I purchased Siemens, 42 shares of Siemens like 4 months back.
Okay.
At a price of around 5,835 rupees a piece.
Got it.
So today this demerger happened, and today those shares got traded, and Siemens Energy got listed today.
Right.
So I have got totally of 84 shares of like Siemens 42 and Siemens Energy 42 shares.
Right.
So by selling both of them, I would be at a profit of around 12 to 13,000 rupees.
Okay.
So should I stay invested in the same counter, or I already hold Premier Energies at 1,050?
Okay.
Now it is trading at around 980. So should I book my profits and I entirely invest and average it out is my query, ma'am.
Okay, understood your query, Kiran. I'll take this up with Mahesh. Mahesh, what he's saying is that he was holding Siemens already. He got allotment for Siemens Energy, but he's already holding Premier Energies in his portfolio. Should he continue, go ahead and book his profits in both of these Siemens companies, or should he continue to hold and hold Premier Energies as well?
If your horizon is very short a time of less than 3 months, then you can book profit on both the counter. But if your horizon is more than 6 months, 9 months, then you can hold further in Siemens and Siemens Energy. I think Siemens Energy has a potential up to 3,200 plus level, and Siemens also, I think 3,800, 3,850 level could be ideally target. So if your horizon is more than 6-9 months, then you can hold both the companies. But yes, if you're holding for less than 3 months, I think that could be a profit booking could be a good idea. From premium explosive, I think it's a range for a lower level. You can, if you like to accumulate in lower range, then you can accumulate for the same.
Okay, so that's with regards to both Siemens as well as Premier Energies. Our next question is from Mohammad Ishaq, who's writing from Bengaluru. He's holding Krsnaa Diagnostics bought at 688 a piece and wants to know if he can hold or sell and what would be the target price that one can aim at. Kush, I'll come to you on this one. What are the charts indicating for Krsnaa Diagnostics?
So there's a falling trend line resistance that comes close to, very close to his buying price. So, I would suggest, a hold on this one because the stock is attempting a revival. However, that 688, 690, the buying price and the falling trend line resistance, matching could be, could be a bit of a speed bump, rather than a dead end. So I would say continue holding on to this one. There is a recovery that is underway on Krsnaa Diagnostics. Some indicators also suggesting that the momentum pickup could also happen once it takes out, the 690, 700 zone. So yes, very much, a hold on Krsnaa Diagnostics. Support for this one comes in close to 655, 660. So somewhere between that zone should be your stop loss.
Okay, so that's the view with regards to where Krsnaa Diagnostics is concerned. Our next caller, Mansing, is calling in from Andhra Pradesh. Mansing, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Good morning, madam. Thank you for picking my query. Madam, I'm holding Inox India shares, madam.
Okay.
70 shares, average price is 140 rupees, madam.
Okay.
Should I accumulate more? What are the entry levels? Where can I accumulate more number of shares?
Okay, got your question, man. I'll take this up with Kush. Kush?
I'm doing technical and fundamental, ma'am. 3 to 4 years.
All right, got your question, man. I'll take this up with Kush. Kush, he's already holding 70 shares at 1240 a piece. What would be the right entry levels to average out the counter?
So yeah, I would just like to, in the line reiterate, not a big fan of averaging, but since his query is very specifically on those lines, I would suggest close to the 1125 mark, he could consider that's the support zone. If, however, the stock slips below that level, then perhaps, it could see further downside. So 1125, 1130, that zone, can be considered as, as a point to re-enter. If the stock holds that ground. Currently the stock is witnessing mild profit booking. It could drag perhaps to those levels, and if those levels are held, that might just turn out to be a good entry point, and the risk reward ratio from there on will also be fairly favorable.
Okay, so that's with regards to where Inox India stands. Our next question is from Mimal, who's writing in from Mumbai. It's an interesting question. He's asking whether he wants to, whether one should invest in L&T Finance or AB Capital. Which one of these can he invest in to make quicker returns is his question. Kush, I'll come to you on this one. Which of these do you think are charts attractive enough to make quicker returns?
I must say, interesting query for sure. In any other scenario, I would have said, why not go 50-50 in both of them? But nonetheless, given the kind of technical setup that we are in, it seems as if, L&T Finance is better placed for, for a trade. I'm not sure about the quicker return part, but it seems much better placed technically, because it's it's about to break out of that 1890 190 rather 190 resistance level, which is also a rounding bottom resistance. Given the market scenario, the stock holding ground is a very healthy sign. So once it takes out the 190 mark, you're looking at 200 and 208 also as the targets on the upside. Stop loss for this one comes in at 179. The reason for picking this over AB Capital, which has had a stupendous run over the last 4 months, is that it's now at overheated territories. Although the structure is bullish, the volume action is very encouraging. Because it's overheated right now, the risk reward ratio might not be as favorable. So just as a bonus answer to his query, if the stock falls to 240, 230 zones, he could consider AB Capital as well. For now, between the two, I would choose L&T Finance.
Okay, between the two, Kush is choosing L&T Finance. In fact, we've got one more query on L&T Finance. Revati is writing in and holding 745 shares of L&T Finance, bought at 88 a piece, and wants to know if she can sell or hold for now. Mahesh, since Kush is already bullish on the counter, what is your view with regards to L&T Finance?
Since her buying is 88 level, so partial profit booking is advisable on these level. If any upside, they can book further. I think from technical perspective, I think AB Capital is showing some kind of strength in last few days. Last week we have also discussed about AB Capital. Then we have seen a 248 to 238 level. After that, what stock is again rebounded. And stock has a potential for upside. If you're looking on a balance sheet or from a last 5-year perspective, balance sheet has shown very much good data, upward side data, but stock has not done well. And these kind of stock was consolidation very lower level. And in first time, I think stock has able to sustain on a higher level after touching a higher level and profit booking retracement level. So I think from technical perspective, I think they can consider AB Capital. Stock has a potential or upside at least 275 to 85 per near term with stop loss of 238. So I like to choose AB Capital from this point of view.
So that's with regards to where both these counters are concerned, that is AB Capital and L&T Finance. Technically, L&T Finance looks attractive, and fundamentally what Mahesh is saying is AB Capital is a better bet. All right, our next caller, Anitesh, is calling in from Bengaluru. Anitesh, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hi, very good morning. So my question is, I hold Reliance share at the cost of 1300. I have 106 shares.
Okay.
So what should I do? Should I consolidate or quit the market?
Okay. Anitesh, I can hear you. Complete your query.
Yeah. So I told, like, I have 106 shares of Reliance Industries, and I bought at the rate of 1300.
Okay.
So should I buy more or should I just hold on that?
Okay, got your question, Nilesh. I'll take this up with Kush quickly. Kush, what are the charts indicating for Reliance Industries? Is sitting on profits of 14,000 odd rupees.
Very much a hold on Reliance Industries. Good healthy consolidation going on with a positive bias. The stock's seen a good rebound. In fact, I would like to congratulate him for the entry price of 1300. A very, very interesting breakout level at which he bought. So now continue to hold. Keep your stop losses just under the 1400 mark, which is now a support zone. So perhaps 1390. So that's your trailing stop loss, but continue to hold Reliance Industries for higher levels of 1475 and 1525.
Continue to hold Reliance is the view coming in where charts are concerned. Our next caller, Mudassar, is calling in from Kashmir. Mudassar, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. I had purchased recently Varun Beverages at a rate of 470,000 quantities.
Okay.
So I just want to know, like, if it goes further down, should I accumulate more, or like should I stop here, or like then wait for some profit? I have an horizon of more than 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months. Okay, I got your question, Mudassar. I take this up with Kush. Kush, what are the charts indicating for Varun Beverages? He's sitting on a loss of 4,000 odd rupees right now.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I would suggest an exit on this one. I know he's in a loss, but it could deepen. Varun Beverages, has been in a bear clutch for some time now, and every rise has been taken as an opportunity to exit. Not even able to cross a 20-day moving average on a successful basis for the last 2 months or so. In fact, a couple of times on the channel, we've given and our advisory, just as a disclaimer, we've given a sell call on Varun Beverages that that sort of continues to play out. The move is not at all encouraging. The volumes are also pretty high on the downside right now. So exit on Varun Beverages at current levels before losses deepen.
Okay, volumes pretty high on the downside is the view coming in, and sell is the view, of course, on Varun Beverages, where charts are concerned. All right, our next question is from Nagraj, who's writing in from Bengaluru. He wants to invest 1 lakh rupees from a 1-year term perspective and wants to know as to what stock can he invest in. Mahesh, I'll come to you on this one. Would you suggest one particular stock to invest in? Because he's not told as to how much of a percentage in terms of portfolio is this 1 lakh rupees, but would you suggest to invest in one particular stock, or would you give him a bunch of stocks?
No, I think he can prefer over some sector specific, or can diversify. On banking side, I think ICICI could be ideally good idea for a fundamental perspective. So ICICI Bank is posting good number from quarter last few years. So ICICI Bank can be considered. Yes, we are facing some consolidation type of zone. Recently, stock has touched 1471 plus high, and now stock is in consolidation zone. So I think 1380, 1410 could be ideally good range for a ICICI Bank. They can invest in ICICI Bank, SBI if you are looking from a SBI point of view. Some kind of consolidation could become in SBI also, but yes, from a longer term perspective, I think ICICI Bank, SBI could be a good idea for investing from a longer term horizon. Yes, L&T could be also a good idea.
Okay, so these are the picks that Mahesh has given from a 1-year perspective. Our next question is from Tom's Verghese, who's writing in from Bengaluru. He's holding 300 odd shares of Bank of Baroda, bought at 251 a piece, and wants to know if from the next 6 months perspective, can he continue to hold or exit at the moment? Kush is sitting on losses of 5,000 odd rupees. What do you suggest?
Well, it's not an encouraging setup. If you ask me honestly, my suggestion would be exit Bank of Baroda. I mean, you could pick something like an SBI or even a PNB for that matter if you're, if you're sticking to the PSU theme. But on the whole, the moves haven't really been as encouraging. It did participate briefly in the PSU rally that came about, but this was one of the first to fizzle out. Also, the 250 to 260 zone is a stiff resistance for this one. So even if it comes to those levels, you might see further selling pressure emerge. So I prefer, PNB, SBI, to some degree Canara Bank as well, amongst the PSU names. But my preference would also be in the private space, which is the ICICIs and HDFC banks of the world.
All right, so that's the view with regards to where these banking stocks are concerned. Our next question is from Prashant from Hyderabad is writing in. He's bought 1100 odd stocks of Praj Industries at 532 a piece, and he's saying that he's sitting on a significant amount of loss. That's 53,000 odd rupees, and wants to know if you can hold or sell from a short term perspective. Kush, I'll stick with you for this one. Praj Industries, what are the charts indicating, and what's the kind of support and resistance that you're seeing?
Well, the support is at 450. That's a long-term support level for the stock. Has been for the last month and a half, probably even a little longer as well. So by that I mean a year and a half, probably a little longer. But on the whole, the slide on this one has been massive, and has not been able to recover. The markets have recovered. A lot of stocks have participated. This one hasn't, clearly showing the lack of strength. In Praj Industries. Immediate view and perspective on this one would be an exit. But if he wants to, give it a shot and maybe, be a little hopeful, the hope is not a good strategy, then I would suggest, 450 should act as a very strict stop loss. Once that is broken, the recent rally that came about will also fizzle out and the stock could see lower levels. So the first view is exit, but since he asked for a stop loss, I would give 450 as that mark.
Right, so sell is the view, and of course strict stop loss at 450 is the view coming in from Kush on Praj Industries. All right, our next caller Shailendra is calling in from Odisha. Shailendra, very good morning to you. I believe you have a question on Gravita India.
Good morning, madam. Yes, I'm having Gravita India, 350 shares at the rate of 1822.
Okay.
And I want technical view. I'm having a time horizon of 1 year.
All right. Got your question, Shailendra. I'll take this up with Kush quickly. Kush, Gravita India, what are the charts suggesting?
Medium term downturn, but 1560, 1550 is a good support zone. You should continue to hold. The stock has slipped into overheated territories on some technical or oversold territories, I beg your pardon, on some technical parameters, and could see a rebound. And that could take the stock to 1800 odd levels, fairly close to his buying price. So I would suggest a hold. with 1550 as a stop loss.
Okay, hold is the view on Gravita India from Kush. Well, it's time for rapid fire segment on this show. Kush, Mahesh, you both know the drill. I'll try to ask as many questions as I can and keep your answers as short as possible. All right. The first question for the day is from Sunita, who's writing from Hyderabad and wants to know if she can enter Swan Energy at the current levels. Mahesh, your view?
Yes, they can buy.
All right. Priyanka from Jaipur is holding 100 odd shares of ACC and wants to know if she can continue to wait for 6 odd months or not. Kush, on the charts?
Continue to hold, keep a stop loss near 1750.
Okay, Vesuvius India is the next counter. Mahalakshmi from Hyderabad wants to know from a longer term perspective if she can continue to hold the counter or not. Your view, Mahesh?
Definitely they can hold.
All right, Geo Financial is the next counter. 61 is the quantity that Aditya has bought in. His buying price is 353. Wants to know if he can hold for the next 2 odd years. Your view, Mahesh?
Definitely they can hold. I think some more potential in the stocks.
Okay, Tata Motors from a longer term perspective. Your view, Mahesh?
I think they should try to exit on a higher level.
All right, Canara Construction is the next counter. Kush, not sure if you have enough data on the charts. What do you suggest?
No, it's an avoid at the moment. 205 is a strong support zone. If broken, then stock could see further downturn.
Okay, HUL is the next counter and Mohammed is asking this question. Wants to know if we can continue to hold from a longer term perspective. Mahesh, your view?
Definitely hold.
Okay, the next counter that we're talking about is Garden Reach. Vaibhav from Mumbai wants to know at what rate can he enter. Kush, your view on this?
I think a good price to enter GRSE will be a 3000 to 3050 range.
Okay, the next question is on V2 Retail. Manesh has bought in 500 odd shares at 350 a piece and wants to know if he can book profits at the current level or not. Can we pull up the chart of V2 Retail? There you go. Attractive levels. Kush, what would you suggest?
No, I would suggest a hold with a trailing stop loss near the 1750 mark.
Alright, so that's the view with regards to where V2 Retail is concerned, and with that, we're completely out of time on this edition of Ask Profit. Kush, Mahesh, thank you so much as always for joining in, and of course, know your company is right on the other side, so viewers do stay tuned to NDTV Profit.
गोल्ड प्लस ऑप्टिमिस्टिक रिफ्लेक्टिव ग्लास लगाओ, धूप की गर्मी को दूर भगाओ और बिजली का बिल भी बचाओ।
Imports become the exception rather than the norm, and increasingly we do almost last year, for example, of the contracts that we signed of record 2,09,000 crores, 81% was awarded to the domestic industry. Our intent is to manufacture in India, preferably with design also in India.
I am so elated to be on the same screen as the Defense Secretary, and I get a chance to talk about what he said.
In certain areas, like for example, artillery guns and armored vehicles, or in some categories of missiles like the BrahMos and the Akash, we've come of age.
What Defense Secretary Sir said is 100% true, and today private industry can really increase their involvement in R&D.
I am very proud to say that we make, in our categories that we have been supplying to our defense forces, some of the best platforms in the world.
Sources in ED seeking explanation on Yuvraj Singh, Harbhajan Singh, on why they are endorsing such platforms which are banned by Government of India, and the mule account and Benami transaction, the kind of promotional payout being given to some of the media houses, the ad rates are between 50 crore to 100 crore.
What happens in reality is that under the garb of skill-based game, they end up promoting gambling only.
47,000 crore is what the tax evasion, the top popular betting apps are actually evading. Between January and March alone, they have seen 1.6 billion of traction.